goes a little something like this.
Was a grizzled young vet, he's a grizzled young vet. He's worked so many towns that sometimes he forgets.
Doesn't matter if he's curtain jerking or the main event, 'cause he's a grizzled young vet, he's a grizzled young vet. He's worked so many towns that sometimes he forgets. Doesn't matter if he's curtain jerking or the main event, 'cause he's a grizzled young vet, he's a grizzled young vet. The house was so packed that he thought it would blow, 'cause he had a ton of color down in Puerto Rico. He's a grizzled.
Hey, and we're live, ladies, gents, boys and girls, children of all ages, people of the universe. Welcome to the 59th edition of Kayfabe Corner, where me, JPO, Jordan Bruno, Pierce Owens, sits aside with somebody involved in the world of professional wrestling. This week, we've got Bruno from the Unnatural Causes. You know him as a singles wrestler. It's Clayton Cross. Clayton, how you doing today?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing good.
So that is the first question I'd like to ask, is more specifically, how are you? Physically, mentally, physically, how's Clayton doing today? How you holding up?
I'm holding up good. I did take a week off from the gym this week because my body definitely needed a rest. Just been working and wrestling and working out and everything, so been taking a toll, so I had to stop it for a little bit. But other than that, been feeling really good.
I also took a week off from the gym this week, last week, next week, a couple weeks ago. It doesn't matter how many weeks. But so let's talk about the world of pro wrestling and you. Where does wrestling first come into your life in general? Before you even begin it, just where is your first kind of memory of pro wrestling in general in your life?
Like you said, where is it in my life?
Yeah, what's the first time pro wrestling came into Clayton's life?
Gotcha.
Not you physically doing it, just in general.
Right. Okay. I remember my dad actually was the one that got me into it. God, this was years ago. I don't know what the first match was I saw, but I know it was from WCW, and he would watch it every week and stuff. And I always thought whatever they were doing would be really cool. So I just got into it, kept watching it, and then he would switch from WCW to WWE at the time, and I just kept watching it as much as I could, and then I just fell in love with it. Like it's something I always wanted to try to do, and I love watching it.
So when you said you were watching it at a young age, who's like your number one guy? Who are you most attached to? Who's your favorite wrestler growing up?
Back then, when I was watching it the most, I would say Rob Van Dam. He was the guy that stuck out the most to me. He was very athletic and agile and everything, and I thought that was really neat.
You got a couple moves from him, don't you? I've seen some Rob Van Dam in your repertoire.
I probably could. I don't know if I've done any moves per se from him, but I might be able to.
I feel like haven't you ever seen you do like a split-legged moonsault or like even like the kind of spin kick off the top? No,
I haven't done those. No.
Okay, maybe when I played you in my 2K video game when I created you. So when does wrestling come into your life doing it physically now? Like when do you start to think, oh, maybe I want to give this thing an actual try and be a pro wrestler?
I'm sorry, can you ask that again?
Yeah,
is there a way to get the volume a little louder, or because my volume's all the way up?
I'm not sure on your end, and I'm definitely trying to speak loud. Yeah, I'll give you a second here.
All right, we'll try that. Okay. So I'm sorry, ask it again.
Absolutely. Can you hear me a little bit better now?
I think so.
All right. We'll try our best. I'll even lean forward a little bit. Just tell me about pro wrestling in your life now when you start to actually do it.
It was definitely a lot different than I thought it was going to be. And then eventually, when you keep training and stuff, you'll get the hang of it. I just felt like I was getting better and better, in my opinion, and then decided to do some shows, and I just love it. I wouldn't want to do anything different than that.
I'm always interested in the origin of a name. Where does Cross come from? Why Clayton Cross?
Oh man, Honestly, I don't even have an origin story for that. Like, we were just picking names out. It was me and a group of our friends, and we were just picking names. And then he just said Clayton Cross, and I was like, that actually sounds pretty neat. And I kind of liked it, so I just stuck with it ever since. Like, didn't even think about changing it or anything. I've just had it ever since.
And do you remember your first match?
Me versus Shogun would be my first like actual professional match and stuff.
How did it go? Talk to me about like the day of leading into it. Do you think it went well?
It was really fun. Shogun is really fun to work with. I would love to actually work with him again. Just some back and forth. Of course, he's the more vet, so he had more control than I did, which that's totally fine with me. Just an awesome guy and everything. I loved the match. It was really fun to work with him. Um, I just had a blast.
Is that match currently on Fight/Triller?
It was I know it did air before. I don't know if it's still on or not.
Well, I believe you can find most of the past episodes. Yeah, so if it was on before, you should be
Okay,
able
then.
to find it now.
Okay, yeah, then it should be on there. Yeah.
I want to say I might have done commentary for that. At the very least, I saw that match. So,
I think it was
that-
Bash at the Beefs or something like that from Tampa Bay Pro.
Right on. Yes, Tampa Bay Pro. What made you decide to train with Tampa Bay Pro and that academy?
Oh man, that was another. So I was talking to a friend of mine who was a wrestler at the time, where to get training and stuff because I wanted to wrestle again. So he, around my area, I'm in Clearwater, so he popped up Jay Lethal's academy. So I saw a flyer. He sent it to me, saw it, I read over it, and I saw that I forgot the year, but it was September at the time. He had like an open house type deal where you would come in and they would speak and tell you what's going on and what you would be doing and such. So I was like, that'd be freaking awesome. So I showed up and did like a little, seminar type deal with them, and I really liked everything that they were showing us. They were showing us a lot of practice drills first, because of course that's what we'd be doing. And all the drills they were doing, I knew I would be able to do it. So I just continued to sign up and just train.
Is there anyone else from your class that is still doing good things today, or
that's still what?
Kind of gross? Anyone from your like particular class that's still kind of on the up today and doing good things?
Exodus, they're the first ones that pop up. They're doing fantastic, traveling to like Puerto Rico, traveling all over Florida, winning tag titles all over Florida too. They're doing really great stuff right now.
How has the injury bug treated you? Have you stayed healthy so far? Has any major injuries occurred?
No major injuries. There was a match I did, ironically, with Exodus. I did a moonsault off the top to the ground and landed on my foot pretty hard because I missed the padding and landed on the concrete. So I was limping for about a few weeks or so, and then it bruised up real well. So I got checked out, and nothing broken or sprained or anything. I just landed on it really hard. So just that, really, and then I got over that in probably a couple months. So, but I don't really have any injuries from it.
What are some of your favorite promotions you've worked for so far?
Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling is one of them. I would say Real Pro Wrestling is one of them too. Those would be like my two top ones.
Right on. Can you explain who Clayton Cross is? Who is Clayton Cross?
All right. So I'm a superhero. The ironic thing is I was chosen to be a superhero, but the thing is I don't know what my superpowers is yet. So that's why I do all the high flying and stuff, so that I can try to figure out what my strengths and weaknesses are and try to improve on what I need to improve on. And I still haven't found out what I'm good at yet.
So, of course, know you as both a tag team and a singles competitor. Is there one you prefer over the other, or do you like doing both?
I like doing both. I do. I think tags is more fun, but I wouldn't mind doing singles every now and then.
So, of course, your tag team partner, Jeff Yeager of the Natural Causes. Where does that come across? Where do you meet Jeff? How does that form?
Man, I've known him for years. Like I've known him for probably 15 plus years or something like that. Um, it was actually a friend of mine because I was doing single wrestling at the time, and it's kind of hard to get over as a single competitor, in my opinion. It is. So one of my friends was like, because he knew Jeff too, he's like, why don't you get Jeff and see if he wants to do it and make a tag team out of it? So I was like, okay. So I contacted him, and he said he would be down to come back also and wrestle and do a tag team. So it just took about a week or so to come up with tag names and gimmicks and stuff like that. But yeah.
What's some of your favorite matches you've had, both singles and as a tag? Your favorite matches?
Oh man, Exodus back in May was a really good one. I like that one. Singles, I had a fun match with Sammy C. We actually just did a tag match last weekend with Alpha T and Sammy C, and that one was really fun also. There's a lot of great people out there that are really fun to work, but those few definitely pop in mind. And Josh Wise was really fun to wrestle too as a singles.
Well, speaking of a list of people, who's on the bucket list? Who have you not faced yet that you would like to face?
Shoot, that's a good question. Oh man. I think the Gifted would be a fun one, honestly. I think they would be really fun to wrestle against. Any two of those three. OAO would be really, really fun too. Those would definitely be my two top pick.
Anyone as a singles? Anyone you'd like to have a one-on-one with?
Shoot. Zach Monstar would be fun. I think he'd bring out a really good fight. I can't really think of anyone else right now, honestly. My brain's all messed up.
Well, hopefully you can answer this question.
Okay.
Have you seen any good movies lately?
Good movies lately. All right. Shoot. Yeah, we watch movies every now and then at the house. What have we just watched recently? I know basically any of the superhero movies are good. I love any superhero movie. Good movies. Can't really think of any right now. Trying to think of some that has recently been released. In all honesty, we watch more shows than movies.
Okay.
Like we'll watch Survivor, Not Dead Yet. We got done with Night Agent. I've watched Dexter before. It's all those type of shows.
I'm not letting you off the movie hook yet. What are some of your favorite movies then of all time? Give me a couple.
Favorite movies? Okay, definitely Avengers. Avengers comes to mind.
All of them, or the first one, or Infinity War, or
all of them are fine. I like the first one a lot more though.
Okay.
Shazam comes up too. I'm not a big DC fan, but Shazam was actually one of my favorite ones. And Joker was really good too.
Yes, it was. All right, give me a non-superhero movie now, at least one.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I do like the Fast and Furious sequels. I do.
Okay.
So I would say them.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Whew. Right now, well, so my dad's company right now, we're actually doing a build. We're expanding and doing a lot of construction work right now. So I'm gonna stay there. We're gonna take it over and run it and everything. So we'll be selling, repairing boats, automobiles, stuff like that. That's what's gonna happen. And then I'm still planning on wrestling too, as long as my health is good.
Right on, right on. Let's do a little bit of a role play here. Someone comes up to you after the show. It's a little kid saying, "I want to be a pro wrestler one day." What do you tell someone that is aspiring to be a pro wrestler one day?
Basically, if you put your mind to anything, you can do it.
Short and very sweet. All right, we're kind of reaching the end here, Clayton. Now is just kind of time to roll out any plugs, any mentions. Where can people find you online?
I do have a YouTube channel. It's Mr. Cross for my YouTube channel. I do have a Facebook also. It's unnatural. Just type in unnatural causes, and our athlete page shows up. That's really it. Honestly, we don't have any other sites but those, and then of course my personal one.
Any shows we can catch you at in the upcoming future?
I don't have any shows booked right now. Besides that one that just got canceled from RPW.
You don't gotta mention that.
But yeah, I don't have anything right now. So probably within next month, maybe, most likely.
Alrighty. Any parting words before we jet off here?
Not really.
Simple, but it's oh so true. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Clayton Cross, fellow human on his future endeavors in the world of professional wrestling here. Tampa Bay Pro, Real Pro, amongst others. And yeah, like, subscribe, ring the bell, tell a friend. If you didn't like this episode, tell an enemy, make them subscribe. And most of all, hey, we love you more than you'll ever know. Good night. Wait to the camera.